Hey there, coming to you from Millenium Camp, which means we summited. Yay! All of us summited. This is day number 7. We got up last night at around, we ate dinner at 6 o'clock, or no, 5 o'clock, I'm sorry, 5 o'clock. We got up at 10:30, got to walk in at around 11:30, and it was dark and cold, and just going by our headlamps. No one can see where we were going, which was pretty good because it was a straight ascent on loose screed and rocks, and it was pretty bad. I was pretty short of breath, but we made it up to Stella Point and made it there in good time. Got there around 5.5 hours, and or 5 hours, and continued on to Uhuru Peak, which is the very, very summit. So all of us made it, even our oldest member of the group, Sep, who is 74 years old, and he made it down safely, and I'm actually hiding behind the toilet tent because, like, I think about 15 groups tried to summit today. There's so many people here at this camp, and this is the only quiet place I could do my video diary. We're exhausted. We've had a 15-hour day walking. Got up to Stella Point, Uhuru Peak. Got there just in time to see the sunrise, which was gorgeous. And in the distance, you could see Mount Meru, which is actually looked really small in comparison to where we were standing. It was very emotional. Some Norwegians took off their shirts and kind of crazy. Took pictures in the nude. Wow, topless. Took a picture of Mom and Dad up there and said I climbed for Mom and Dad, which I did. And today there was no pole going up. They said it was pole, but it was pretty much take the least amount of breaks as possible, try to breathe. It was so cold. The water in my tube so I could drink froze. My hands had hand warmers, thank God, but they were still cold. My feet were pretty cold. I had about 5 layers on the bottom, 8 layers on top. But I hear that actually we got lucky because the wind is better than it usually is. And I hate to see what the wind would be like if it was really bad. Not much to see here, and I'm not going to walk around because I'm too exhausted. It was pounding my calves going up. You know, there's just so much different terrain going up. You have ice when you get to the top. At the bottom you have the loose rock. And then you had like a little bit of climbing to do, not much, but like flat lava rock surfaces, which I picked up a lava rock today for my mom and dad too. So, and when you walked up to the top, I mean, when we got to Stella Point, it was dark, so we just kept going to Uhuru Peak, and it was just amazing. You had like 100-foot at least glaciers on your right side, and you could see the crater of Mount Kilimanjaro to your right side, and it was just amazing. it was just so breathtaking. You can't help but be emotional. So, yeah, I cried. And then coming back down, my toes were hurting because it was just pretty much snowboarding on loose rock. So, you know, a couple days ago we met. You put 9 strangers together and didn't know anything about them, and now this is just one of the most life-changing experiences you could ever have, and I really could not have picked a better team to go up with. And also our guides were just amazing. I mean, just wouldn't let us fail. And at one point, one of the guides looked at me and was like, can I take your backpack? And I said, heck no, I'm going up with my backpack. Whole way up, whole way down. So we were pretty happy to come down, but we only had an hour's rest for brunch, and then had to walk another 3 hours, which we couldn't even fathom walking anymore after we had already walked so far.